Hey guys, welcome to our what is becoming a regular event on well, here in Sydney anyway. Sunday evening. I'm not in Sydney, but I'm in that time zone. A regular event. It's still just a couple of minutes to 6 here, so we won't kick off just yet. But I just wanted to say hi if there's anybody there, sort of to say hi to. Satiri, Liam, excellent. One thing I'd suggest, guys, is so we're going to kick off in a couple of minutes. By all means, please share the Facebook Live. It's just good to have people to talk to at the end of it. We're going to be talking about the process of auditioning, and what you do is you structure everything, and it's the page, and there's a few issues that I want to go through with you. Hey there, Kat. Glinda, lovely. A few friends here, lovely. It's good to have support. It's a bit like when you go to the theatre, when you're performing on stage. When you're performing on stage and there's friends in the audience, you lift, don't you? You just get sort of a better energy, a better joy, a kind of an excitement of sort of who you sort of you're planning to. That's your journey as an actor, isn't it? I want to talk to you about a different journey. I want to talk to you about the audience's journey in theatre. Okay, so now we have started, yes. So by all means, as I say, share the Facebook, and I am counting on sort of 6 people to like the Audition Technique page so that we can get over 7,000 likes. But let me go back to the audience's journey in a theatre show. A director once explained it to me as that theatre was one big wide shot, and it is, isn't it? There you are, you're watching one big wide shot, and you're seeing the actors, and if something happens over there, you get distracted by sort of, looking over there. Hopefully what happens is the point of focus, the director has done everything right, and the point of focus is the person talking. And hopefully nobody else is doing is upstaging, is doing any acting in the background. Hey, Satiric. And that's what you're trained to do, isn't it? Oh, can you imagine upstaging a kind of, a respected actor? So there they are in their soliloquy and you're acting your socks off in the background. Ooh, wouldn't work. You wouldn't last long, would you? No, not really. That's the point. And that's how you train. That's your understanding. When the other person is talking, I wait for them to talk because they are the point of focus. Now let's talk about screen work. Screen work, where do you focus in screen work? Well, you've got to ask the editor. The editor is going to decide where your point of focus is. The editor is going to tell you where to look because the editor is going to cut away to a shot of the clock ticking, a shot of the kind of the cliff crumbling that the heroine is kind of tied to. This is the kind of, the journey of sort of, watching screen. And you are taken on that journey, and the rhythm and the momentum of your performance is driven by the edit, which is a combination. And when I say the edit, it's a combination of music and sound effects and all sorts of things. The moving camera. Notice how, and watch it especially in TV commercials, you watch how the camera moves. The camera will track across. So I will stay in shot, but I move, but the camera's moving. Okay. See that? So the camera's moving. And that's the thinking that they have. They can do all of that. They can do all of that on screen. Now let's talk about an audition. Now remember, we're talking about the audience's journey. Think about this for 1 second. Who's the audience in an audition? Casting director, producer, director, that kind of thing. There are people who have seen this scene quite a bit, haven't they? Yeah. When is the time they are most likely to click next and go on to somebody else? When you're not talking. Because what are you doing? Because if you're trading, you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. So this is the point of this Facebook Live. What do you do? What do you communicate? What do your character saying when they're not saying anything? Because you take an eye line to the reader, and now what you do is you act your socks off. You act. Yeah. Okay. And then you stop and you wait. You wait for the other person. This goes to the very heart of something that the very significant respected actor Michael Caton told me in Australia. In Australia, that his version, his attitude towards auditioning is that it's my turn, your turn, acting. And if you look at the page, the scripted page, have a look at a script page, an audition page, or something like that, and it is literally laid out like that, isn't it? My turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, because it's line. And then they have a bit of scene direction, don't they? And so you stop and you wait for the scene direction to happen. See, this is the problem. The problem is that what you do is you pour over the page. You do, don't you? I get it. I get it so often. I'll send somebody, an actor, a script if they know me personally or something like that, or they have a connection to me. I'll send them a script and they go, "Oh, I love this part. I love this part." Of course, because I've chosen the right actor to audition for it. I think I'm great for the part. Yeah, you are great for the part. Just come in and do a good audition for me, please. But now what they do is they hold that script to their creative breast. They embrace that script and they don't let it go. They study the pages thinking there's going to be some magic on the page. But you know what you're doing when you do that? You are cementing into your mind that it's my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. That's the way the page is laid out, isn't it? Make a note of this. The page is not talking to you. The page does not communicate to the actor. It doesn't tell you the performance. That's the problem. That's the problem that you have. And as I say, what you'll find is if you were able to monitor the kind of the viewing habits of the people watching your audition, you'll find they turn off when you're not talking. It's not that you're not talking. It's that nothing's happening. You're not doing anything. You're not delivering a character. That's the thinking I want you to have. Now, the first solution I want you to understand, or the first thinking, the first thought process I want you to have is that you are not delivering lines. You are not delivering a performance. You are not delivering a character. And now you're going, well, what am I delivering? You're delivering a relationship. There are two people and there's a relationship going on. And that relationship doesn't start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. It doesn't do that. It flows. It ebbs and it flows. And sort of I might be talking to somebody, but you get distracted. You get distracted and things happen. And the thing is, it's not stage. You're not upstaging. If in the middle of his line, I go, okay. If I do that in the middle of his line, not a problem. Not a problem. More importantly, the producer and actually interesting, intriguing. Where are you going? Now, of course, your actor skills will come in. It should kick in and sort of save you from going over the top, doing things that are silly, doing things that are gratuitous, that aren't necessary. But if your instinct as an actor is to stand there and you've studied the script, you've pored over the script, you've done everything, you've studied and studied the script. Now, subconsciously, what you have is you wait for your turn. You wait for your cue. That's what you do, true. Trust me, I've seen it. Been casting for 35 years. Let me tell you a few things. So therefore, now listen, okay. Now, one thing I do want to say is that I think the audition is the greatest freedom an actor has. Probably not any audition, a screen audition definitely, and not perhaps an audition if you walk into a casting director's office and they're running about 40 minutes late and so they're stressed and all that kind of thing. But in a self-test, yes, absolutely. That's the most freedom you can ever have. You do whatever you like, can't you? You can do whatever you like. So what I want you to do is I want you to now start, I'm going to give you some solutions. Well, they're not solutions because it's a creative pursuit you have. There is no one way. What is the one way to write a hit song? There isn't one. What is the one right way to choreograph an award-winning dance number? There isn't one way. It's got to be you. It's got to be your instinct. It's got to be your imagination. It's got to be where you take the relationship, not the script, not the scene, not the dialogue, not the character, the relationship. Where do you take the relationship? Watch yourself. Think about the kind of, when you're with a BFF, what sort of things do you do? You're really comfortable, really relaxed. You might be sipping your coffee. You might be distracted by something. That's the opportunity you have. That, more importantly, you must take it on the page. It's not on the page. It's also not delivered by it's not help. You don't get that help from the casting director or the casting assistant who knows diddly squat. No, you have to do it. This is your job. And this input distinguishes your audition from the other. So sorry, I've got some notes and I just need to go through these. Right. The moment before the scene starts. So many times I see actors and maybe they've got the method, so and they do all of that, but they're ready. And what's their starting point? The first line. On Facebook Live, I get a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then I launch into it. Okay. I see so many actors that, in fact, what they're doing is they're doing a countdown to their line. It's almost like they're getting ready. They're poised, ready to say the next line. So what they're doing, so therefore they truly have sat there in stillness and silence while it's your turn, not my turn. Now, it's not something that you can just do willy-nilly. It's about the fact that you explore that, you experiment with that. When you do, by the way, when you do your rehearsal, if you've got a big audition, do you do your rehearsal on tape? Do you record it? Your rehearsal. Or do you just sit across the kitchen table with your housemate who's a fabulous actor? And now you run the lines. Because what you're trying to do, and what happens when you do that? You're locked into the page, aren't you? It's the page that's actually communicating your performance. The page that's connecting to the casting director. I got to tell you, I've seen the page. The last actor just delivered the page. Oh, and the actor before that. And the one before that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And one after you, he's going to deliver the page too. You have an opportunity, but you must take it. It's not given to you. It's not on the page. Because if the page says he laughs, what's he going to do? Oh, God, they're going to laugh. Oh, God, give me strength. Guys, you're an individual. You're a creative individual. Please use it. Be creative. Be individual. Be different. Be memorable. The moment before the scene starts. So, I'll do in a workshop. I'll say, just take 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes. I'll be paid. I'll say, I don't want you to speak for 8 seconds. Try that. Try that with every scene. With every audition you have, start the scene. Say action and don't say the first line for 8 seconds. Or if the other person has the first line, don't let them say it for 8 seconds. Try it. And what will happen is if you have the relationship under control, what will happen is you'll do something. I don't know what you'll do. You don't know what you'll do. You don't know what you'll do. Maybe you'll be confused. Maybe you'll be, do you do that? Makes sense? 8 seconds. Try that as an exercise. Next point. 1 second. When you walk in, I've seen when you walk into the audition space, and I've seen this with actors, they go, "Oh, sorry, could we move the reader onto the other side of the camera? It's just that I've practiced it with the reader on this side, not that side, and it's going to throw me." Sorry, be thrown. No, the reader's standing where they are because that's the best place for light and sound. But what you've done is you've walked in and you've said the most important thing in the world is where the reader is standing. Yeah? And so therefore, and that's what you do. You take an eye line to the reader. In this scene, in this setting, okay, what other eye lines are there? Okay. I suggest what you do is in the workshops that I've done in the past, I say draw a wagon wheel. And there's at 12 o'clock is the camera. At 1:30 is the reader. What's at 10 p.m.? What's at 4 o'clock, after 6 o'clock? Of course, if you're too young, if you're a millennial and you don't know what a clock looks like because you only used digital clocks, well, you've got trouble. I tell you what, Google it. Google what a clock looks like. Sorry, I jest. I'm sorry. The point I'm making is that there are eye lines 360 degrees. That compelling moment that Rachel McAdam turned her back on the Ryan Gosling in her audition for whatever it is, Notebook. So, if this was an audition and I was on screen and I've got my eye line there, what's over there? Okay, because really, if over there is because I don't need. Come on, I can face over there. And when's the best time to do it? When I'm not talking. That's the thinking. That's the thinking. That's the power you have. Next point. I want you to put one action into your audition. I had somebody who said, did a post and I said, tell me, what's your secret about doing a good audition to everybody? And the actor came back and said, I laugh. I find laugh. Just, when would you do that? When would you do that? You do that when the other person's talking, wouldn't you? And now suddenly they're intrigued. Now the director knows that in terms of your performance, because you're not waiting for my turn, your turn acting, he can do a cutaway to you. So the editor gets to sort of, to cut away to your laugh. That's the thinking. Oh, I've got a couple of comments here. Love your work. Thank you, Tom. Oh, Peter's tuning in from Hawaii. Fantastic. Lovely. And just checking, Tim, one of the main things I took away from your course was to learn the lines but don't rehearse the scene. Interesting, yeah. I tell you what, more importantly, what I say is know the lines to 90%. Know the character to 110%. Know the relationship to 120%. What? I want you to get the character, the relationship, one action. What is it? Do they have a coffee cup? And it's not, don't say, can I use props? Because the answer will be no. But what would it be if you would just, there's all sorts of things you can introduce. An iPhone's a good example, So I can be, no, you can't see my iPhone. Hang on a second. Let's put this. Geez, look at this. Yeah, I'm still with you. I've still got a conversation going. We still have a relationship, even though I'm talking here. And if it was your turn to talk, Yep. I know that. Really? Think so? All right. Understand how it works. This is the freedom you have. You have this freedom, but it's not shown to you. It's not presented on a platter. You have to take it. So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about the freedoms you have. From the card of the Rachel McAdam audition, can you turn your back on the reader? And I think most people would be horrified and go, oh my, turn your back on the reader. Why would you do that? They can't see your face. But it's still delivering a relationship, isn't it? What, they have to see your face to deliver the relationship? You have to be speaking to deliver the relationship? No. That's just in your narrow, non-creative, non-explorative, non-adventurous way of delivering an audition. My name's Greg. This has been the audition technique. I hope that's helped. Please click the share button. Share this with friends, associates, agents. No, don't send it to your agent. I'll say I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't send it to a casting director. Oh my God, no. Don't send it to a casting director. So this is going to be a regular event, on a Sunday at 6 o'clock, because I like just sort of chilling out and having a chat. I love a one-sided conversation. I love the relationship we have. I love the relationship that I get from your comments. That's what I was pointing to over here. Oh, forget it. Lovely to talk to you guys. That kind of now. Go to the website. Please like the page. And I've got to say to you, self-taping, you don't have to do our course, which is fabulous. Look at the reviews. But the point I want you to understand is that self-taping is the most freedom you will ever have as an actor. Yeah, and you're auditioning. You think freedom is on stage. Nope. You think freedom is on set. No. Freedom is in the self-tape space because you do whatever you like. Because on stage, you say, oh, no, but on stage I can do whatever you like. No, you can't. You've got cues to hit because the lighting guy is waiting for you to say that line, so he changes the lighting cues. The stage manager is waiting to sort of send somebody on or for a special effect or something. An actor is waiting to enter. No, you have to have such disciplines and techniques. But in self-taping, you just need your imagination. I'd love to see it sometime. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, been lovely to speak to you. We'll talk to you very soon.